Mikayla Nogueira is getting called out yet again on TikTok. And actually, okay, I'm going to surprise you guys because within today's video, I do have to say I low-key have her back on this, and I'm low-key going to be defending her on this because I totally do understand her verbiage and where she's coming from and basically everything that she is saying. And I feel like people are taking this low-key just a little bit too far and calling her out on TikTok. This is where I say before, y'all, and I'm so sorry to be like repeating myself every like Mikayla video that I've made about her. Well, I've only made like two within the past like month, but anyways, the past two I have repeated this. Is this where I was like low key? I'm like, she's on my shit list because if she has watched my videos before, she would know that I've actually defended her. As to where, like, say for example, right now on TikTok, people are hopping on the hate train and just talking trash about her and saying that she's getting everything wrong and she's just a liar and blah 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 blah. Okay, here I am right now actually showing that I am being non-biased and I'm being objective and I'm not over here just like, oh, let me hop on the hate train, even though low-key I'm like, she's on my shit list. I really do feel like she is a liar. However, I have said this before with whoever it be, whether it be Jeffree Star, James Charles, Mikayla Nogueira, whoever it is, you guys will see me in some videos saying, like they're a liar, they're this, whatever. And then you'll see me in another video to where I'm saying, no, I get where they're coming from. No, I actually understand this and I understand that, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously every video that I make about a person, it's going to change because the topic is changing. And it's so crazy that I actually was on live last week talking about this. And I was like, I hate how some people have said before down in the comments or even on Reddit that I'm like so 50-50 and I'm just kind of like on the fence about this and on the fence about that. And I'm like, if you watch multiple videos of mine about the same person, my opinion's always going to change because the topic is changing. So I'm not that type of person that I'm like, oh, I'm going to hate Jeffree Star for every video. I'm going to hate Mikayla for every video. It's like, no, if I think that they're in the wrong in one video, then I'm going to say that. If I think they're in the right in one video, then I'm going to say that. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, within today's video, this is why I'm kind of like low-key, like it's clear that Mikayla has actually watched my videos before because she literally came onto YouTube and then blocked me on TikToks where I'm like, okay, girl, you had to go out of your way to actually like search me up, which is kind of cray-cray. But obviously she should know that, you know what, in a situation like this, I feel like she's getting called out for no reason. I feel like people are just hopping on a hate train on TikTok right now and blowing this up. And y'all, low-key, they got my girl Nina Poole in it. If you guys don't know who Nina Poole is, I will be playing some TikToks from her today. But basically, she's a TikToker who she finds dupes for so many different types of products. She is so smart. She breaks down all the ingredients. Like, say, for example, like, oh, this Beekman product right here is like super expensive. And then she goes and she looks at the ingredients and she finds a product that is super cheap or something that you can actually make yourself at home for a fraction of the price. I love her content. I've actually been following her, I want to say for probably about a year now, over a year. Oh my gosh, maybe 2 years now. I really enjoy her content. It sucks that she made a video about this because basically what we're going to be talking about, and I will play a brief portion of Mikayla Nogueira's TikTok. So Glow Recipe is coming out with this new like cheek tint and they're trying to label it as just skincare that basically gives your cheeks a flush of color. But at the end of the day, she oh my gosh, not Mikayla, Nina Poole had talked to her chemist friend and she said, no, this is actually not just skincare. There is makeup ingredients in there. So this all blew up on the internet because Nina Poole basically made like a duet of just saying like, hey, like, no, this is actually not just skincare. She wasn't calling out Mikayla. She wasn't bashing Mikayla, nothing like that. She was just pointing this out that it's actually not, just skincare, which I feel like is really important for people to know that there is actually some like makeup ingredients in there and it's not just skincare based. I didn't really think it was that big of a deal, but because Nina made her video, obviously Mikayla ended up getting hate. But I do want to say this before playing Mikayla's TikTok, right? Is I do understand her verbiage on this as to where she is talking about it being just skincare. It's because the brand is marketing it as just skincare. When we get like PR products, obviously it says on there what like their whole claim about the product is and everything that it does. So this is where I'm kind of like low-key, I do feel like Mikayla is getting hate on this for absolutely no reason because obviously at the end of the day, she's not a chemist, she's a makeup artist and she's not reading every single ingredient that's listed in that product. So it's just kind of like people are jumping the gun a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And it's so crazy that somebody as nice and sweet as Nina Poole, you can totally tell she's not blowing this up. She's not throwing shade at Mikayla Nogueira whatsoever. She just wanted to point out the fact that this is not fully skincare. Anyways, go ahead and check out a small portion of Mikayla Nogueira's TikTok right here.
They have Glow Recipes, brand new blushes, but let's get one thing straight right away. These technically aren't blushes, they're flushes. When I tell you, I was not expecting this from Glow Recipe at all. No, I would have never guessed it. We have the watermelon flush and the berry flush, and I know I'm gonna get asked, yes, these have a fragrance. Watermelon, candy, juicy. Few must mentions about these. These are unique because they're 100% skincare. Not 50% makeup, 50% skincare. 100% skincare is this formula. Niacinamide, and it's designed to help the common struggles we have on our cheeks. Acne scars, hyperpigmentation, pores. Literally designed for that while also giving you a beautiful flush. Obsessed with the idea.
So as you guys can see from right there, she is obviously talking about this new product and basically saying that it's like just skincare. And look, I feel like this at the end of the day is up to the brand. Obviously, all these people that are getting PR, they're going to get it and it's going to say, oh, it's just skincare. But obviously, no, it's not just skincare. But that's not the makeup artist's fault. At the end of the day, if you receive a package and it says this, you're obviously just going to read it and believe it because that's what the brand is saying. So you would think that they obviously did their due diligence and know all about the product since they created it. Anyways, I do want to go ahead and play a couple TikToks right here to where Nina Poole was addressing the situation. I do want to first go ahead and play her TikTok to where she basically did a duet so that way you guys can actually see where she was coming from and how her tone of voice was and how she was talking to her chemist friend talking about this. Like, it was totally just an educational moment. Like, it was not throwing shade at Mikayla in the slightest bit. So I don't understand like why people blew this up so big, but go ahead and check this out.
100% skincare is this formula. Niacinamide, and it's designed to help the common struggles we have on our cheeks. Acne scars.
Pause. The original video didn't have a pause, but pause. Mikayla is one of the only large creators that received this Glow recipe box, and she is simply just repeating what Glow recipe is making statements about. That it is 100% skincare, and that is what we have the problem with. Mikayla didn't come up with this on her own, so Mikayla haters, just go. This is just saying, hey, this influencer got this PR package, it says 100% skincare, let's talk about it. Mikayla, I'm sorry if you saw that and you saw bad things about you. That's not what this original idea was meant to be about. At all.
What? What? 100% skincare? That's not true. Here's my friend, Savannah. She's gonna explain to you. She's gonna science it, and then we'll come back to me.
My name is Savannah. I recently graduated with my master's degree in biomedical engineering, and I studied with a concentration in material science. I want to point out some interesting things I noticed about this 100% skincare ingredients list. Off the bat, there are a bunch of things I see that would not be in there to benefit the skin. It would be in there to act as a makeup product, right? Even though the pigments are coated with jojoba oil, they are still pigments. Like, you're not putting them in there for the jojoba oil, you're putting them in there for the pigment. You could argue that some of these copolymer and synthetic ingredients down here are acting as emollients to the skin or are holding in moisture. And I'm not exactly sure what they mean by jojoba oil coated pigments. I think that they're talking about these pigments down here, these CI and then the numbers, but there's also mica. There's also things such as phenoxyethanol, which are preservatives, which aren't exactly acting as skincare. There's also fragrance, which they say is naturally derived fragrance, but it doesn't matter that it's naturally derived. It's fragrance. Fragrance is still an irritant to a lot of people.
Thank you, Savannah, and now it's time for the dupe. This already exists, you guys. These are liquid blushes by ColourPop. They're $10. Hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, squalane.
As y'all see from right there, unless I'm super crazy, I feel like it was just an educational moment to where she was talking to her friend and like basically going over the ingredients and, you know, really showing like, no, actually this is not just a skincare product. This actually does have some makeup ingredients in it, which I think it's so bizarre that it's getting picked up as if it was like shade, like Nina Poole was being shady towards Mikayla, because I didn't view it that way whatsoever. That TikTok actually got deleted from TikTok, and that's why she has it still up on her Instagram, and that's where you guys saw the screen recording from, because they took it down as hate because so many people were like going onto Mikayla's page and calling her out because of this, which I'm like, this is how you know there's a certain group of people out there who are just so irrational and they just want to hate for no reason. I've said it before time and time again. I feel like a lot of people on the internet just like to create drama out of nothing, just because they get a sense of high out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, they actually get out there and they're just kind of like, let me be hateful, let me be hurtful, because it makes them feel better for like 10 seconds. And I think that's so crazy. Anyways, I do want to go ahead and play this last TikTok right here, to where Nina Pool, she actually did delete this as well too. I think she should have left it up, but I did actually screen record it before she deleted it, to where she was addressing the whole situation and she was explaining everything. And I think she should have left it up, because I'm like, people really need to learn to chill out. But go ahead and check out this TikTok right here.
This is how crazy social media is. So I post a video. If you want to watch it, it's on my Instagram. It has a snippet of Mikayla talking about a new launch by Glow Recipe. Not one fucking time did I say anything negative about Mikayla in that video. Not one time. So then I was like, okay, let me repost it with a little caveat saying, this isn't anything to do with Mikayla. This has everything to do with Glow Recipe's claim. And my friend is in this video, my internet friend, who has all the education in the world, to talk about ingredients. And then we go on to talk about ingredients in the formulation of the product, right? So when I caught my mistake and I was like, oh, you know, I think people might think this is like a controversial, like argue moment. Let me take it down and then put it back up being like, hey, this isn't about Mikayla at all. This is a new release, or it hasn't even been released yet. A lot of like well-known creators got this product. I picked Mikayla because I wasn't fucking thinking about all of this fucking bullshit that people are trying to like pit her against this person, and pit her this person against this person. This for me is not like fucking reality TV, okay? I don't need people that follow me, my fans or her fans, coming over here and doing this and that, when I'm literally just trying to fucking talk about science. Like, do you know how weird that is? Do you know how weird it is to like come over here and be like, you're a fucking bitch and you're a mean girl, and for talking about science? For saying, hey, you could probably save some coins and go and buy this if you even want to fucking buy something. Like, it is content creation. It's not fucking reality TV. I have no ill will against Mikayla ever. I do not deserve to be called a fucking R word because I'm autistic, and get fucking death threats. And neither does she, because this is creativity, opinions. And I never fucking said anything bad about her. Like, this is bizarre behavior. There are so many more important things, like I have spoken about before in previous videos. That's a whole nother reason that I'm getting hate, is because I'm like, hey, I'm fucking Mexican and I don't think people should be getting rounded up. And this is weird behavior. Weird. This is weird. I love you. If we're friends on here, you know we're friends, we're cool. But like, this bizarre like thing. Oh, and then it got picked up by these like drama channels. Oh, Nina Pool and Mikayla, like, what? Go watch the video on my Instagram. Like, what are you even talking about? And then I'll like tell them, I'll go on there and be like, yo, this is not how the video went down. It got flagged and it got taken down from here, but it's on my Instagram, but this is not how the video went. Like, stop. And like, oh, I love your content. No, you don't. You don't like me and you don't like my content if you're spreading a false narrative. Like, weird. You're weird. We just want to talk about dupes and science, and it was my fucking bad for just doing what everybody else does on here and grabbing a little green screen of her talking about a new Glow Recipe launch. Like, my bad for thinking that you guys could see the difference between calling someone a fucking liar and calling a company like, hey, you're fucking lying about this. I even said at the end of the video, Glow Recipe, try telling the truth for once. Not Mikayla. No kiss for you. Again, this has been a bad couple weeks, okay?
As y'all see from right there, she's just explaining her side of the story. Like, I really don't think it was that deep, honestly. And I do have to say, in Mikayla Nogueira's defense, like, she's obviously going to get a product and she's obviously just going to read the label. I totally get it. Like, y'all, I don't know ingredients. You know what I mean? Like, if I see something that says that it's full coverage and 24-hour wear, of course I'm going to repeat that, even though I don't know if that's really the truth. Obviously, the brand should be held responsible for that because they're the ones that are claiming it. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, by the way, if you guys don't follow Nina Pool, please go follow her. Like, she is just, oh, she's so smart and I love her content so much. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.